sometimes people come along and shake it up a bit, and they go, you know what, I'm going to do some different stuff out there that's going to make me stand out from the crowd. And I think Dynamite Kid did that for my dad in Stampede Wrestling, where he started changing the tempo of the matches, and you couldn't predict what he was going to do sometimes, and the matches got better, and the quality of the psychology and the timing of moves and things, it was all more realistic and better played out. And I think the same thing happened in the WWF in the 80s when I was there, and when I started in WWF in 1984, there was a lot of the same kind of thing. They were all good workers and top guys and names from different territories and things like that, but every match was the same. A lot of guys were doing the same spots, and a lot of good workers were doing never thought to stretch it out a little bit more and do different stuff. And I thought when the Bulldogs came into WWE or WWF back in the 80s, that they changed a lot of the tempo of the matches. I noticed a lot of wrestlers having to go out there, and Bulldogs would go on first or second with the Hart Foundation, and we do 20 minutes of knockdown, drag-out wrestling. It was like one heavy, high-tech, high spot after another, but it was really good physical wrestling, and you could tell, like, the matches that followed started to pick up their work a bit and started working a lot harder and doing a little more thinking about how to keep the attentions of the audience and things like that. But sometimes you get one or two guys can change the whole tempo of the dressing room as far as the work rate, and I just don't know who's that person's going to be in the WWE today. I think that Daniel Bryan was creatively was the freshest guy I've seen in a long time. Him and Punk were both really innovators that were doing stuff that surpassed what I was doing. Like, I can sit back and watch Punk and Daniel Bryan and certain guys and go, there's so many things in their matches that I never thought of even thinking of doing. That makes me tip my hat and go, that's a great wrestler that can think that move out and just pull it off. And I'm not sure who the next big torchbearer for the company is going to be, but they're going to find him soon.
I've watched Dynamite work a lot. I've always been amazed. I've come to a Dynamite mark, to be honest with you. Was Dynamite the brain trust in that team that kind of created some of the...
Everything.
Really?
Everything. Dynamite had a great mind for finishes and moves, and had great psychology for the most part. I think that he was, they don't realize today how great he was as far as his imagination and creativity they offered in the dressing room for his matches.
Yeah, he was amazing. The stories he told, and that's the good thing about the WWE Network, that people, if they choose to, they can, at some point, they're going to be able to watch that stuff. He just was absolutely amazing. I only got to meet him once, and that was over in England, and he was in a wheelchair, and it was sad, but at least I say, well, I watched a lot of his work, and I told him, I said, I'm really a fan of your work, and I'm really proud I got the chance to shake your hand after watching you wrestle for all those years. Because I never was in WWE when he was there, and I never was in the work in Calgary or nothing like that. So I only just watched him from afar. But he was extraordinary, man. He was this kid Neville that works in WWE now. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Dynamite.
Yeah, he's really good too. I know who you're talking about, Adrian Neville, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little powerhouse. He can do everything. He reminds me a lot of Davey and Dynamite. Both he has similar kind of stature, and and he's a great little worker too. And he talked about up and comers. There's a guy right there that might be one of the big stars